Kakashi meets a young ninja with the same powers as the first Hokage, in my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 350. Congratulations, Naruto Shippuden. 350 episodes is quite an accomplishment, and you got a long way to go, so please keep up the good work. But let's go ahead and talk about the second episode of the Kakashi Anbu arc. A very interesting episode. Not perfect, mind you. There were a lot of flashbacks that they really didn't need to include, like all the stuff with Kushina and Minato and the whole ceiling within Naruto thing. But there were still a lot of really cool added scenes I liked this week. First and foremost, Kakashi's development is really starting to get really interesting because I like the contrasts. How at the beginning of the episode, he starts to become known as like the cold-blooded killer that everybody like thinks he is, you know, Sharingan Kakashi. And there's this scene where these stone ninja who are actually attacking the Konoha village, or one of the outlooks of Konoha village, and they're trying to basically screw up the relationship between their two respective ninja villages, and Kakashi comes in and he chases all of them down and he kills 5 stone ninja with his Chidori technique. The last one he gets, he blasts him right through a damn tree, so it's pretty damn intense. And you can even see that the other Anbu are a little worried about, you know, the way Kakashi's been acting. So this is when Minato decides that he's going to have Kakashi have a brand new mission where he's going to have to protect Kushina while she is pregnant. And this is really interesting because this is like the only time like of the entire story I've seen so far of the Kakashi Anbu arc that Kakashi's actually been sort of like at peace. He seems to be sort of enjoying himself while he's on guard duty, and he doesn't really seem to be all that stressed out. And what's really sad about this entire situation is that it's all immediately ripped away from him as soon as Obito decides to stroll back into town and summon the Nine Tails and wreck up everything. This is when Minato and Kushina die, and this is where Kakashi officially sort of goes into the dark. Kakashi is confronted by Danzo, and this is where Danzo begins to sort of like manipulate him a little bit and let him know that, hey, the third screwed up, he's going to do a terrible job. The fourth is dead, Kushina's dead, they're all responsible for the deaths of Rin and Obito. If you want to change things, come see me in the Root organization. We are going to mess shit up. My favorite part of the episode was at the very end when you get to see Kakashi confront Yamato for the very first time. A very young Yamato using his Mokutan abilities, and Kakashi seems pretty befuddled by this, and I'm guessing they're going to introduce his character a little bit more in the next episode, as you can see from the preview. And it looks really interesting because I want to learn a little bit more about Yamato. And that's another thing that I really liked about this episode, and the fact that they're introducing Yamato, is there's a lot of characters they really do expand upon. Like, I do like the scene where all the young ninja are actually excluded from the battle with the Nine Tails, and you can even see that Kurenai has like this weird like conversation with her father, and her father pretty much accepts that he's about to die and promises Kurenai to stay behind and be strong. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed that scene. I like seeing all of the young Chunin and Jonin members like as young characters. I don't know, it's just cool to see them at that time. But still, it's a shame because you can see that Kakashi's entire development is just a complete roller coaster of fuck-uppery and violence and revenge. Nothing really seems to work out for him, at least maybe until what's going on right now in the series. But, you know, he lost his friends, things slightly got better, he started to be able to work under his master, who suddenly was killed. Now he's being dragged into this murderous organization that has nothing on its mind, but probably just Konoha world domination. And obviously, you know, Danzo's had his hand with a lot of really underhanded people like Orochimaru and the Akatsuki and all that other bullshit. You know, it's pretty crazy. But what I can say is this was a decent episode. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't like last week's episode where I thought was a little more composed. A lot of the flashbacks this week they could have cut down. I do love the episode where Kurama is attacking the village and they change the animation and they give it that really thick lines and everything. But I saw it before, I don't need to see it here. I'm here to see the Kakashi story. And just other little things. The animation and the artwork was pretty good. The action was pretty good. The music cues. And I'm really excited to jump into next week's episode when they're going to expand on Yamato's story, or Tenzo, as he's more known to his very close friends. But still, 7 out of 10 episode for me. Pretty decent. If you're following the series, definitely check it out because it does expand on some pretty interesting things. And it's always kind of cool to see those Minato and Kushina scenes together. Although, at this point in the Kakashi Anbu arc, don't expect to see any of those anymore. It's pretty much going to be probably Kakashi and Yamato's story. So check this episode out. Pretty good, guys. So if you guys had a chance to check out this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden, it's time to let me know what you thought about it with your comments below. You can tell me about your favorite moments, favorite funny moments. What do you want to see from the future episode with Yamato? Remember, guys, before you leave, make sure to hit that like button. Give this video a thumbs up. It's definitely one of the best ways to support these videos.